Space coconut.
Okay, so for all of you ASMR fans, today we're going to be talking about whispers. I thought that would be funny. So we're talking about whispers. You have a rudimentary understanding of the entity's voice. Sporadically hear the entity's whisper when standing within a 32-meter range of a survivor. This used to be one of my go-to perks. I used to use it to understand where survivors were and hiding and blah 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 blah. I used to think that it told me the direction that they were at, and I only found out about that it was wrong later, and when I was constantly running into walls thinking that a survivor was in that direction. So just so you know, Whispers acts like a big radar beacon. If they're within 32 meters of you, the icon will light up. The whispering that you hear from the entity, ignore it. It does nothing. It's just kind of a distraction. It's just a thing that activates when it lights up. You just want to pay attention to when it lights up. So I'm going to go ahead and play with this a little bit. I'm going to go with the Wraith and the Spirit because I want to play with them today. And yeah, Whispers. Cowshed. Okay, we're using Whispers and Monitor to shrink her terror radius and let me know when I'm close to survivors. And we're using the beads and the talisman. So. What's up? This person got scared. I forgot about barbecue. It's pretty interesting, that unhook. Was that lucky? I don't know. So we know there are 3 nearby, which would explain why I didn't see anybody. Oh, no, we don't have to. get somebody down. break this and then eat the decisive. Yeah, decisive. Oh. Barbecue. Ah, juked myself. Oh, I think this makes 4. This one's nearby, actually. You're dead on hook. Okay. not gonna find her, so I may as well just... Yep. And then hatch. Yay. Ooh, well, this was a fun build. Yeah, I'm glad it worked. I have to say, Whispers with Monitor and Abuse and the prayer beads, this was pretty fun. Thankfully, it's not as situational as the basement hag. I tried that yesterday, or was it earlier? It wasn't working out very well with the basement on an opposite end of the map, so this one's this one's pretty funny. As for Whispers, you know, if there are two survivors within an area, you don't know that for sure. If you're trying to track a survivor, you know, it's pretty good. It's really good for telling you where survivors are not. So if you're looking around an area, you're not wasting any time. So, you know, honestly, it's really good for that. If you waste time in an area where there are no survivors, you know, you're just wasting time. So Whispers is good for that if you have low mobility, or you're learning how to track and figure out where survivors go and yada yada yada. People complain about this perk, which I find is really strange, because I mean, they'll say in one-on-one it's pretty unfair, which this is true. It'll help you find a survivor, but the end game is already really survivor sided, so you know, quit complaining. Whispers is unavoidable, unlike many other perks like barbecue and chili and that sort of stuff, especially with the new locker buffs that they implemented. In a similar way, Whispers isn't useful for, well, it does its job well enough when it first came out, but in today's game it's outdated and it needs to be updated to represent, you know, the different survivors' playstyles and other things in that manner. I'm not sure how this could be changed, though. The devs are talking about nerfing it, which is, you know, pretty unnecessary, because as it is, it's, you know, you know if a survivor is within your normal killer's terror radius. Yeah, I personally don't understand why this would need to be nerfed, but it does need to be changed somehow. So this is a tracking perk. It's simply a radar. There's no aura reading. There's no avoiding it. The entity who sees all is telling you that you're near a survivor. I'm not sure how it would help, or what could change without making it overpowered, but still making it useful. I think it would be really nice if Whispers was directional. in the same way that the Wraith's Bell and the Huntress Lullaby are. And if that were the case, if they did that, then, you know, reduce the range at which this can be given. This way it can't, well, I don't know. I'm not sure if expanding the range or shrinking the range would make this more fair if the entity actually guided you towards the survivor. Maybe to make it fair, it could be within a cone, like a 45-degree angle thing. This way, it's not a beeline towards the survivor. You still have some leeway of mistakes. But, well, now that I think about it, that would be pretty awful, I think. That'd be really, really awful to get away from. I don't think you could. Yeah, it's a pretty good tool in the right situation, but it needs to change for our current meta, for how the game is played now. A lot of these older perks need to be looked at again. I know that they looked at them, you know, relatively recently, but yeah, it's time to go over them again. Whispers is tricky. I'm not sure what could be done about it, especially with the number of perks that we're getting. I mean, the number is getting ridiculous. But anyway, I applied to another job. This is just a security position. I'm not excited about it, but this is just a job, so I can move and be closer to my fiance. We'll see how that goes. I'll keep you guys updated because I'm gonna have to find a way to still upload videos while I'm moving and settling into a new place, if I'm able to do that. Yeah, it looks like people were really interested in the 4K video first, the Survive with Friends one second, and then the tunneling video. So I'll go ahead and do those in that order. I think as this video is uploading, hopefully I can get started on editing the killer tier list. That's going to be funny. As of right now, I don't even know what the rankings are. I've just assigned points to all the killers and I haven't added them up yet. So I'll find out today when I do the totals. And yeah, I'll find out what my ranking is. So in the meantime, try this build out with Monitor, Whispers, and the Prayer Beads. You can use whatever you like for these two. I liked Barbecue to track and that, but use whatever you want for the fourth. This one was pretty fun. Yeah, give it a shot. Ooh, the preschool. This build worked out pretty fun the last match, so I'm giving it another try. It's a relatively small map, though. Now somebody else is nearby. It's in the house. It's too bad. is. That's too bad. Was waiting for that dead hard. Hello, Fang. Good luck. I thought I heard something. I leaned into that one. Nah, there's no... You can't use whispers to do that. All you can do is take her as far away as possible. And hope you find him. Oh, the hatch.